Good day, everyone, and welcome to Newsaluji. Welcome to another epic episode. Welcome to another political chat. I'm your host, Osabelo Zuma, Umshuluzi, Ungamalala, and I say you're welcome to join me. So, there are just a few things I want us to talk about today. First, I want us to talk about the NFP that has suspended the case at NMEC, Mbalishinga. I want us to talk about that for defying party directives. So she was suspended. Boom. Okay, we'll talk about that, and I want us to talk about the Johannesburg mayor Dada Moreiro. Dada Moreiro has cut electricity at Luthuli House. Oh, they're in darkness. Sure, I want us to talk about that because the ANC is owing some huge amount of money. So the Luthuli House is just darkness. Generators are just sounding them. And I want us to talk about Jacob Zuma, on how Jacob Zuma lost KZN. Let us start here with the mayor of Johannesburg. Dated 21 December 2025, the African National Congress headquarters at Luthuli House in Johannesburg, CBD, has been plunged into darkness after the city of Johannesburg cut off its electricity supply over an unpaid bill of 365,000. This bold move by Mayor Dada Moreiro highlights the city's tough stance on debt collection, even when it involves a powerful organization like the ruling party. For the staff working inside the building and nearby business, it means scrambling for generators or facing downtown, turning a routine day into a hassle. Ordinary South Africans watching this unfold see it as a sign that no one is above paying their duties, especially in a time when many families are struggling with the rising cost for basics like power. So it is reported that the ANC is owing municipality 365k for not paying their electricity bills. The ANC has been destroyed, and the ANC members are denialists. They don't want to accept the fact that President Cyril Ramaphosa has destroyed the African National Congress. Let us start here. I just want to remind you a little bit on the state of the ANC. No pay, no power. Luthuli House faces electricity cuts. They are in debt, 365k. Mayor pulls the plug on the ANC. So now this mayor is the mayor of the ANC. So he pulls now the plug because his own organization is not paying. You must understand that Luthuli House is the headquarters of the ANC in South Africa, not provincially, in South Africa. The home of the ANC is now in darkness. Not only that, I want you to listen to this. Using generators, I wonder where are they going to get the money for the fuel? I'm just wondering. Why I said that? The ANC is broke. You remember last week it was struggling to pay salaries, and it has been for years, and now this thing has been happening. We saw the ANC members, employees by the way, just picketing outside Beachwood Hotel in Bosbeck. While the ANC was having their own conference, their own staff was protesting outside there, telling them that they are in problems, they need to be paid, and some even cited that it's been for years now fighting the same thing over and over again. This is tough for the ANC. October 5, 2025, the ANC was in deep trouble over 85 million debt, assets seized, account frozen. The sheriffs came there at Luthuli House just October, and they took everything, furniture, everything. See, the ANC has been destroyed. The ANC has been destroyed. It has lost furniture. The ANC now, it has no electricity. Maybe even water is no longer there. The toilets are not flushing. Now the same ANC was struggling to even pay their own employees. It's not that the death of the ANC. There are people who are still believing that President Cyril Ramaphosa is the savior, and is running the country well, while he's failing to run his own house, the ANC of Ramaphosa, not taking care of its own. And you want us to believe that President Cyril Ramaphosa is the best that we've had. He's the worst. So far, he's the worst. Let us jump to the NFP, because this is just upsetting the state of the ANC and how the ANC leaders are busy looting. They are stealing money, but they are not bailing out their own organization. All kind of stupidity is that. The ANC NFP letter of suspension of Mrs. C.M. Shinger. Let us start here. Suspension for your NFP membership. Correspondence issued to you dated 26 November 2025 and 16 December 2025, and your debate statement on 15 December 2025. As you know, the National Executive Committee of the NFP resolved to support the motion of no confidence against the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal on 26 November 2025. The NEC, with the powers derived from Section 5262B of the NFP Constitution, instructed or directed to you to vote in favor of the secret ballot, vote in favor of the motion of no confidence against the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, represent the position of the party constantly in all related debates, caucus engagement, procedural matters under strict guidance of the NEC. You did not object or challenge the mandate aforesaid. On 15 December 2025, you publicly defied the mandate of the party by acting to the contrary as per our debate statement that we have submitted to the party at its request, doing so in a reckless and negligent manner and with an undertone of disrespect and your action. In a special NEC meeting convened by the NEC on 15 December 2025, the party viewed such defiance in bad light and had elements of gross misconduct, as such as wrote to you on 16 December 2025 to invite you to make a representation as to why the party should not invoke Section 3512 of the NFP Constitution, doing so within 48 hours, not later than 0800 on 18 December 2025. You elected not to exercise your right to be heard prior to a decision being made on what to suspend you or not. You elected not to exercise your right to be heard prior to the decision being made on whether to suspend you or not. Accordingly, on 18 December 2025, at about 1200, a special NEC meeting was convened to decide on a suspension. The NEC decided to suspend your membership pending the disciplinary inquiry, as would be detrimental to the interest of the party to allow you to continue representing the party in the KZN legislature. The ANC satisfied itself that the correspondence dated 26 November 2025 and 16 November 2025 respectively were properly served to you. No longer the MEC. Removed Mbali Shinger. Betrayed the party line. But I want us now to talk about why did the LK party lose KZN. That is so very important, because this was so very clear that the MK party has made a deal with the NFP. Ivan Baines. This was the same agreement that the MK party was supposed to make with the ANC of Ramaphosa in order for them to govern KZN. The big question is, how did the MK party lose KZN? Let us start in this video and listen to what Nomvula Mukunyane says here.
Was MKP, and we're saying you can meet with our technical team, Abu Makura and Abu Phoebe. Let's meet in Cape Town. We set up an op center in Cape Town. We called them, and nobody had the authority to come and meet with us.
No ways.
At the swearing in. We were there at Cape Sun. We were running the operation there.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how tolerant the ANC is. And they didn't pitch up. Remember, they didn't even come for the swearing in.
And there's a deadline for the
Yes,
swearing in. It had
it's
to happen.
And part of the reason why we wanted to discuss with MKP was about KwaZulu-Natal. It was also about KwaZulu-Natal because we had accepted that they had won.
Sure.
So they didn't pitch up. Instead, we're told that they're in the streets, they're protesting and all those things, not understanding that this is a rule-based game. You opt out with your numbers and stuff, you forfeit what is yours.
Also, the Secretary General of the ANC, Fikile Mbalula, says that Ubaba was nowhere to be found. It was very difficult to find them. Listen here.
It's been very difficult to engage with MK. We tried to reach out. That's what we explained. We tried to reach out and we drew blank. And it depends after this meeting whether we'll still meet with them. But like we said, we're open to talk to everybody, including the MK party. So what we know is what the leader of the party has said. And it's very difficult to talk to people there because when you talk to them, they tell you that they are still waiting for Ubaba. So, and Ubaba gatholakala. So we try to reach out, and even if yourself you can be in a position to help us. But the country must move ahead. The country must go on. The results have been pronounced. In the next 2 weeks, we must elect the speaker and elect the president. So we are open. We are open to talk to MK party. So that's not an issue for us.
So now the big question is why Jacob Zuma was not found. Why Jacob Zuma refused to meet the ANC delegates in several attempts when they tried to have a meeting with him on how to govern KZN. Let us start here. Why Jacob Zuma was not found. This is Jacob Zuma's position. Will never work with the ANC of Ramaphosa. Remove Cyril, we talk. And the ANC said no. That is why the 18% party leads the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Mbalula said when they negotiated with the EFF, Floyd and Ndlozi gave them the 10 commandments. And they were never invited back to the negotiations because they wanted their demands to be met. So the MK party had some demands, the EFF had some demands. The DA told the ANC you cannot go in bed with the MK party and the EFF because these are dogs. This is what Helen Zille said, remember? And the markets will collapse the economy of the country if you agree to take in the MK party and the EFF. And the ANC responded, the ANC of Ramaphosa, and they said, yes, we agree to that because when now we are backed by the market, then it means that the ANC will benefit financially because those who own the country are backing now what? The ANC. And the MK party and the EFF were closed outside. But now the MK party wants to regain control of KZN and they're fighting there, right, to remove Tammy Ntuli. Yeah, this is so very interesting. I don't know how genuine was the ANC in terms of inviting Jacob Zuma. Maybe they had interest, but I don't think if Jacob Zuma agreed, it was possible for us to see that marriage between them and Jacob Zuma. Because already, Fikile Mbalula had his own agreement with Helen Zille personally, on the personal level. And what now has been called for by business or the market, the ANC jumps. Because you understand that the captain of the ANC, President Cyril Ramaphosa, is what we call an economist. Is business himself. These business are his friends. He's close with those guys who are running the country. So it was going to be easy for him to say, The MK and the EFF, they have no benefit, but business, they have all the money, they control the economy of South Africa. So according to the ANC, they've made the best decision to partner with the DA so that the business will be in support for the country. And according to the ANC, they believe this was for the good cause, not to include these two political parties, because according to them, they don't trust, especially when it comes to the DA, they don't trust the MK party and the EFF. So these two political parties to them are the threats. But if Jacob Zuma made some means, maybe the outcome was going to be different. We don't know. What we know is that Jacob Zuma was nowhere to be found, and the ANC was always struggling with monies, so they had to take the council when it comes of business, because that is where money is. Hey, politics, yeah, ne? It is the numbers game. I think the MK party understands that it is the numbers game. That is why 18% is now ruling KZN. What's your take on this? You can leave your comment on the section below, and you can subscribe to this political YouTube channel. Let us meet on the next video, and I'm out.